Hi, everybody. I wanted to take just a couple minutes and talk through the details of this upcoming week. We need to talk about lab kits. We need to talk about the chapters we're going to be covering and the possible return to face-to-face meetings. And I would like to start with that last issue. Um, when we started the summer session, they had told us that we were not allowed to meet face to face for the 2 May classes and that there would be further communication for the remainder of the summer. And for June, they kind of opened it up for instructors to decide on a case by case basis how they would proceed with the summer sessions. And at this point in time, I am going to continue the class delivery online. And I would like to explain to you guys how I came to that decision because it definitely was not an easy one. I would love to be back in the classroom, to be able to see you guys face to face, interact with you, answer questions on the spot, and things of that nature. But there were a lot of things that I had to consider in coming back to a face to face meeting. And even though we are a very small group and we would be under that 10-person criteria, we would also be in our classroom for a 4-hour time period. We would be doing labs. You guys would be up moving around, making trips back and forth to the lounge. We would be doing lab activities where you guys would need the same materials, utensils, things like that. And I just wasn't sure, even with any precautions we would put in place and the best of intentions, that over a 4-hour period, we could do everything that we would need to do to maintain safety. There were some other things that came up within just the past week, as far as information questioning how airborne this actually is and how long it can stay in the air. And then also with a recent outbreak, even though the recent outbreak was in Storm Lake, it coincides with them opening things up and allowing people to go back to work and be places that they haven't been able to be for several weeks. And that is going to kind of put people in contact that would not have otherwise been in contact. And so, even though it was a very tough decision, like I said, if I'm going to make a mistake here, I'm going to err on the side of safety. And I just would like to continue online delivery at this point in time. And like I said, it was not a decision that I came to lightly. And there were a lot of things that I took into consideration. But ultimately, I have to think about everyone as a whole. You guys, going home to your families, going home to your children, things like that. And if we can continue to proceed with the online method and decrease interactions and possibly exposing people, I honestly think that that is where I would like to keep things at this point in time. If something changes before the end of the summer, we might possibly come back face to face, but for right now, we are going to maintain our online communication. And I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of an explanation. There were other things that I thought about, but I'm not going to go into all of that with you guys. But it was a tough choice, but I think it is best for everyone involved. Now, with that said, we are going to have to continue with the kits. And you guys had your first round of kits that went through the cardiovascular and the respiratory chapter. Pretty much everything that you had within those 2 kits and those lab activities is going to be disposable. If you kept the slides and want to throw those back in the kit, that's fine. But the pipettes, the string, the lab sheets, all of that is disposable. You should have emailed me a picture of your lab sheets. If you want to send those back, that is also fine. So anything that you return in the kit is perfectly fine. I will definitely deal with those when I get them back. But most of what you had in there was disposable. That's not going to be the case with the second round of kits. So as we move forward, the next 2 chapters that we're going to cover are going to be the digestive system and the urinary system. You guys will be getting chemicals within these 2 lab sets. You'll be getting some other physical materials that I will need returned. So with that said, prior to doing each one of those labs, please make sure that you guys watch the video. I will instruct you on how to use the materials, what the expectation is. I am putting extras of stuff in the bin just to be on the safe side in case something happens or something breaks during the course of the activity. You have a backup. So I don't want you to look at the fact that you have 4 of these clips and you're only using 2 and thinking that you're doing something wrong. So I will use those video clips to take you through the instruction, walk you through the lab, the expectations, and then also any adjustments that I need to make on the lab activities, I will do at that point in time as well. So please make sure that you guys are watching those videos. And also keep in mind that even though you are getting 2 labs, 1 lab is due each week. So the first chapter we're going to cover is the digestive chapter. That is the only lab that you have to do during that first week. The second week will be the excretory system, and so the second lab will apply to that chapter and will be due the following week. So if you have any questions, again, please make sure that you are just sending me that communication and I will respond to you as quickly as possible. The kits are going to be available on Tuesday, so you can pick them up, and please drop off the kit that you had picked up. So it will be an exchange. You'll be dropping one off and you'll be picking one up. Even though there's not going to be much in the bin that you are returning to me, it just, the next set that I send out to you, I can go ahead and just package up in that bin, and it will make it a little bit easier on that side of things. So that's what the upcoming week kind of looks like, and a little bit of an explanation as to why I'm going to continue online, even though we had the choice. I just want to make sure that we are keeping everybody as safe as possible. So I hope that this finds you all doing well, and I will talk to you later.